Hello people, hello Lagos, hello Nigeria, hello West Africa, hello. It's time for Mind Your Character with Bosede Olusola-Obasa. I'm checking to be sure that you can hear me. It's another Friday evening and it offers me plenty of excitement to come this way. How's your day been? Are you home, on your way, in traffic? What are all those things that are possible? Traffic is common, Friday evening. You know, now you and I, we want to move here and there on Fridays. Some people are moving from where they've worked from Monday till Friday, trying to go back to their base. Some people are just going out to catch fun and see the town Friday evening. So many reasons for people to move around. Predominantly, people are trying to get back home from work. Welcome. It's time for Mind Your Character with Bosede Olusola-Obasa, and I am signing in for duty. Literally. The week has been very interesting. Politically, yes. Particularly towards the end of the week. Talking about Thursday yesterday. The release of the list, ministerial first set of ministerial lists. So many things happening. People trying to get used to the new pump price of fuel. So many things happening. Inflation rates. So many things happening. One of the things I always tell you is, in the midst of it all, just find the fortitude to breathe down and then tell yourself it's going to be fine. These are days when saying it's going to be fine is like a cliche. I mean, some people just think, oh, that's it. But I mean it. You can trust me on this. It will be fine. It will be fine. Hard as it may be, difficult as it may appear, everything will be fine. You may not have voted for them, the people in power, but it will be fine. It will be fine. We'll all be fine. Last. Okay, so I'm allowing my music to be lower in terms of volume so I can help you hear me better. I love that music a lot. And if you followed me here, you know that I say it helps me to pace the show. And then it gives me vibes on vibes. Alright, so welcome to Mind Your Character with Bosede Olusola-Obasa. These are times when you don't just start a show, like you don't know what's happening in your environment. So I say, let me be a good brothers and sisters keeper. Let me find out, how are you doing? I hope you're fine. Hey, I should be playing you. How are you, my friend? Don't worry, I will do that some other time, not today. I don't have it on my playlist. Oh wow. So yes, I just wanted to be sure that you're fine. We can be good together, stay strong together, stand strong together, happy together, hopeful together. We deserve to be given a chance. Like, give yourself a chance to believe in you, to believe that we can be better, things can be better, Nigeria can be better. Welcome to the show today. So I am live right now on Mind Your Character Facebook, Mind Your Character Instagram, and Bosede Olusola-Obasa. Yes, so wherever you're following me from or streaming from this evening, Twale, you are the real MVP, right? Yes, you are the real people that should be celebrated. Because if you are not there, then I'm not here literally. So I have been on a very interesting journey for say 2 weeks, and it's been really interesting for me because I've had to decide to take my audience to the core of what RCV represents. RCV, the organization where I work, is noted for character development, training, consulting, advocacy. We have served this content, this value in different ways that relate to you, from helping you build trust in your brand to helping you establish a phenomenal customer service organ and system and structure, to helping you build a brand culture that can help your brand become sustainable, to helping you manage your leaders in your organization in such a way that they are successful and stable and sustainable, to even helping your team members embrace literally the best workplace character or attitudes. So many variants, so many expressions have been given to this project, character development. So we have evolved from teaching character development straight ahead like that to helping you see how it relates to different aspects of you. I was checking up on a team member who was yawning. I wanted to be sure she's fine. I don't want to call her name. Pardon me, I can't be this bossy. Okay, so let me go back. I hope you're fine though, because I'm checking up on them online. I should be sure you're fine. Charity begins at home. So anyway, back to what I was saying. She's fine. So we've given different expressions to character development, and it's been quite an interesting journey for everyone on the team. We've been having to find ourselves learning, as well as helping others learn, become better, as well as helping others become better. And recently, I decided that we needed to visit the core. We needed to visit the core, the main item, the main menu. So we have found variations for them, expressions for them, but there's the core. The core is what you get exposed to when you sign up to our Royal Character Academy. So there's a Royal Character Academy, that's the training arm of RCV, First Royal Character and Values Limited, right? That said, I decided that as much as I can, I will do free trainings, advocacy, enlightenment around our main. So I began 2 weeks ago by trying to correct certain impression. I'm doing another one today, but I'm asking it as a question. Usually, you know now, mind your character topics will come like question, because we want to also hear you. So if you have views on this, if you do not agree with some of the views, if you have better views perhaps, please do not hesitate to leave them on any of the platforms that I said was streaming live at, so that we can right here take your comments. It's a live show. By live, it means you can participate online, real time. This can be your companion as you make your way back home from work. I have a big dragging network on my personal account. Hopefully it gets restored so that they're not missing out a lot, but I'll go on. So what is the topic for today? Topic for today is, were you born with your character? Okay, these are questions people have tried to answer the way they best know. But I'm coming to answer the question today as one who has researched, who has learned a lot and had the opportunity to train a lot around this. Were you born with your character? Were you born with your character? So sorry the broadcast ended. I'm going to have to I need help with ensuring that this, so that I don't have to break my flow. So if you were watching on Bosede, don't worry, we'll try and reconnect you pretty soon. Okay? And so let's go on. When you born with your character, if you were to answer that question, what would be your response? It would be like, answer should be either yes or no. So is it a yes for you or a no? So when you give birth to you, when your mother born you, let me say it that way. When your mother born you, did you come with humility? Did you arrive with patience? Did you arrive with courtesy? Did you arrive with accountability? Did you arrive with generosity? Did you arrive with any or all of those traits? Did you? Did you? And if you did not, how did you start doing the things you find yourself doing today, or you found yourself doing over time? That's what we're discussing today. Okay, I can see no with plenty. I don't want to call them zero. With plenty O letters from Mr. Muyi Money. You should share us money this evening. I mean, I can't bury that name anyhow. I beg. We're going to task you one of these days. You share the money. After all, obedience will share money. I want to give Shingaya me. Okay, so back to the topic. Were you born with your character? I have a quote by Jim Rohn. I am going to be starting this conversation out from one of the acclaimed specialists and experts in this field of character development. He goes by the name Jim Rohn. He has a lot of phenomenal quotes and write-ups, materials, as well as books on this. So we are going to be seeing how this applies. He says, your character, you were not born with your character. That's the way it starts. It is not like your fingerprints that you were born with. He said that there are sets of values that you have to take responsibility for forming. Jim Rohn says your character is not like your fingerprints. You know, there's a sense in which science tells us that this came as it is, and yes, it's true. I mean, because you did nothing to add or to subtract from this, neither did you know how it came. You woke up alive, born, and found you here with this. But your character is not like your fingerprints that you could say you were born with. You have to take responsibility for forming it as an adult. So there can be a lot of questions around, what about children? So I will also say, as I begin to explain, nobody was born with any particular character. A lot of people, they will argue this a lot. They will argue it. And I can understand that, okay, what about the things I've been doing since when I was young? It still does not make it the fact that you're born. Character is not absolutely genetic. It's not genetic. It's not blood determined. Like, it's not. So you can be born by the best of behaved person and turn out wrong or wrongly. You can be born by someone who is wrong and turn out right. It's about what has happened to you in the journey of your life. So you were not born with your character? Direct response to the question we are posing today: were you born with your character? No. Why then? Oh, Mrs. Obasa, why would you say I wasn't born with my character? Because many of these things have been part of me since when I was young. Are you saying that I was sound enough in my mind to be able to have learned? A lot of these things happen through early emulation. We began to emulate the things we saw from when we were young. We began to adapt to the things in our environment. And we began to respond to the demands of the society or the personality in our space as we grew. But that's not the same for people who are already adults. Because at adult stage or adulthood, you have the privilege to either choose who you want to be, what you want to be in terms of character, and what you don't want to. So question, were you born with your character? No, it's not genetic. Even though it's internal, it's not genetic. It's internal because it involves your mind, your decision, your options. But it's not genetic because it does not flow in your blood. There is no humility in anybody's blood. Someone says, but I'm exactly like my father. I must have taken, you know the thing about taking after someone. Yes, you can take after someone because you came from their tutelage. Like, the thing about influence, the thing about tutelage, the thing about being raised, being groomed, the thing about growing, the thing about being in a space. Character is not genetic. It's not like your fingerprints. It doesn't flow in your blood. They are mind-based decisions. They are traits. And when they are traits, it means that they can be learned and they can be unlearned. Things that flow in your blood cannot be learned or unlearned. If it's in your blood, like your DNA, if it's in your blood, like a blood related anything, let me not say what I don't know, then they are there. You don't have to learn to be a sickle cell patient. If you are born SS, you are. I had to use that as an example, just so you understand what I'm saying. That as far as your character is concerned, you were not born with it. I'm driving somewhere before my time is up. I'm trying to help you own and take responsibility. I'm trying to bring you to that point where you can know that you became what you are as an adult because you have allowed it. If you wanted to be something different, you can transit. Transition with learning, transition with unlearning, transition with relearning. Transition with, what do they call that thing in economics? Alternative for God. What you are letting go to get another. Transition with decisions, quality decisions you're making. Transition with what you now know better. So yes, every child growing up will throw tantrums at one point or the other because that's their best way perhaps of expressing themselves at certain age groups, age brackets. The older they got, the more you insist that if you must tell me something, go ahead and say it. You can't bang your feet on the ground and then do all the drama to talk to me anymore. You have to be able to. So you are telling the child, be expressive. Anything that can be learned is not in your blood. It involves your mind. It involves your intellect. It involves your decision-making quotient. Everything still within that package of your mind, within your soul. You were not born with that character. Reason you must embrace this truth and do that right early is this. Even if you have the best collection of character traits right now, and you thought you were born with them, it means that you will take no responsibility for maintaining or managing them. You will assume that they are self-managed and self-sustained or maintained. Not true. Some people are in Nigeria right now, and because they are in Nigeria, the environment compels them to behave in certain ways that are culturally okay. For instance, culture demands it of them to do certain things well. Moment they cross from this terrain and move into another clan, and those values or cultural requirements become no longer compulsory, it becomes easy for some people to dump it. Why? They suddenly found out that it was the rules and regulations where they were that was making them do it. So were you born with your character? No. Bosede Olusola-Obasa says so. You were not born with your character. You can unlearn a good character and become bad. You can unlearn a bad character and become good. Take responsibility for your character. If it is good, if it's a collection of good traits that you have, maybe by home training, maybe by good examples around you, maybe by even you loving it, because there are people you love, like you watch their life and you just want to be like them. You probably know one or two people like that in your space. That, oh, I'd like to be like this person. Because they have values that connect with you, that you can relate with. That said, much as it is possible that all of that has happened, if they are so good a collection of traits, sound character, strong character, positive character, howbeit, if you do not know a thing about management of your character, you may lose them before you know it. You may enter a space where nobody cares about them. And then because you have not learned to know that you are responsible for forming and managing, developing and maintaining, building and sustaining. If you're not sure about it, if you're not aware, you could easily jettison. And then all of a sudden, you find yourself being the exact opposite of who you were. And then the surprise will now be, oh, how did I get here? You got there because you had valuables in your coffers, but you didn't learn how to secure them. You thought that they were follow-come, and because they are follow-come, they will remain. No. Let me tell you something that is follow-come. Your brain is follow-come, right? Everybody has brain cells and the rest. But you are responsible for the quality that your brain maintains or doesn't. If you expose your brain to quality information, you challenge it, like you make it sweat, like one quote says, that when your responsibility becomes compulsory, your brain will sweat, right? You train it up, you feed it with information, you groom it, you stretch it, you help it. Your brain becomes enlarged in terms of the capacity to produce at the rate that you expect. If you let your brain sleep, it will sleep. It will sleep on you. Yes. So that's even for a gift such as brain, the part of your body. So when we talk about the quality of person that you become, referring to character, the way you do things, the person that you are inside out, what influences your worldviews, and so much more. We are talking about things you must take responsibility for. Were you born with your character? Answer: no. You weren't born with it. Have you never seen people who were very, very bad and they became good? Haven't you ever seen people who were very, very good and became bad? Okay, so everybody join on Instagram, Twali. Thank you. And thank you, Victoria Morenike Adekola. I can see you on Bosede Olusola-Obasa. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. So, what we are treating today is you were not born with your character. Somebody can be a spendthrift. You know the people they call spendthrift? Being a spendthrift is a trait. Is a weak quality. That is, the person likes life. The person likes to throw money around. The person likes to spend. People can move from being spendthrift to being shrewd. It's possible. You can move from being a spendthrift to being a shrewd person. Both of them are traits. Both of them are qualities. Both of them are features. Both of them are attributes. Both of them are habits, which forms part of the total component of your character. So, the truth remains the fact that you can be any and everything you want to be. But please, don't allow that idea that it came with me so I can do nothing about it. Don't even go there. It didn't come with you. A lot of things could have influenced it, and that's not the show for today. And that's probably not even something I'll put within the free session category. You want to know how you became who you are and how you can become who you want to be. Well, that would be subscription based. That will be subscription based. You can ask me. You can call 081 061 20819 to find out. 081 061 20819. If you own a school and you want to make character development a major part of your selling point, talk to me. Call that number and find out how we can walk you through, like hand-holding through it. How that people can begin to see that, oh, children who attend this school are so good, are so great, are so awesome. It's possible. So, character didn't come with anybody. It didn't come with anybody. You didn't come with anybody. You learned it. You can unlearn it. You can relearn it. You can transit from the far ends of wrong to the far ends of right. And what's my advice for you? Start taking personal responsibility for your character. Jim Rohn said that you have to take responsibility for forming them. They are your babies. You formed them. You gave birth to them. I'm talking this way because I believe that the average person listening to me is an adult. Okay, so if I were supposed to be talking to children, I might be handling this differently, because theirs are majorly based on influence, emulation, like seeing what people do around you and doing it, and then getting influenced by your environment largely. But parents can help children by giving them a mode and working with them through the journey of becoming who they are. And then, if you ask me, the best time to build any great character was when you were younger. I didn't say the only time. Don't run off with that. I'm saying the best time. The best time. So if you have the opportunity to be raising children and they are still at those nascent years, 1 to 7, please pay attention. Put character development as a major content of your training home training module. And on that note, I want to tell you about National Character Parenting Summit. Let me shift so that I can show you. National Character Parenting Summit is coming up. Let me carry it. I know that it's looking what they reversed, right? But please read it as if it's not reversed. National Character Parenting Summit 2023 is coming up on September 30th. I cannot wait. Thank you, Mr. Olusola-Obasa. I can see you. Thank you, Oluwaseun Adetoyi. I honor you, ma. Thank you for joining. So, character development at a time like this has become a very huge need. It has always been a major need, but the needier it's becoming, the more we need to pay close attention. So come 30th of September 2023, we will be gathering together to host the 9th edition of National Character Parenting Summit. Here is my personal invitation to you. Please block the date. Please block the date. Please block the date. Educators, education enthusiasts, education regulators, students, school owners, school investors or education investors, parents, and home-loving brands. We need to come together and initiate another very important conversation. And this year, we are looking at revisiting the conversation of values. What are the different ways you can teach values to your children, to your students in school, to the pupils? What's the best template? We are bringing seasoned people who work with young people and those who have one thing or the other to do in that space. I will unveil their names as my Friday shows go on, and then please look out for our flyers. We already have an anticipate flyer that's gone live. Please lock the date, September 30th. It's going to be in Akomojo. You know now, Akomojo is the new Allen, so don't tell me about you. Anywhere you live, you have to come to Akomojo. I need to hug you, like, welcome, so nice to see you. I see I have powerful hug, so please come. So September 30th, 2023 at Pertinence Hall here in Akomojo. I'll be so excited to welcome you. Please ask questions about how you can partner with us or sponsor. There are a lot of things that that summit represents. It's our free platform. People are free to attend, but we need people to join hands with us. It's usually funded by me, our volunteers, my family, RCV supporting fully, and corporate brands who believe in what we do. And it's my gift, my way of finding expression in terms of social impact, because usually is to mark my birthday. My birthday is not September, but this year's one is holding in September. So please block the date. Today I have discussed, were you born with your character? You were not born with your character. You must take responsibility for forming it. You are adult, so you must take possession. You must take possession of who you have become. But there are a lot of things you can do to correct what you don't want about who you are. That will not be for free. You can ask us questions and we can help you go through it. You own a school and you want to make character development a major part of your selling point, please reach out to us. Because you were not born with your character, it means that you can change it. You can unlearn it. You can relearn very good ones. And then you can learn the ones you didn't even know before. Because you were not born with it, it is not genetic. Not that my mother was bad, that's why I'm bad. Quit that. And that's like giving your life a reason to remain down. It's time to kick yourself up and then be the best person that you are. This is about becoming the best version of you. I'd like to sign out now. If you have questions, ask me. If you are still on your way home, thank you for joining me. Time for me to say my goodbyes. I celebrate everyone that joined on Instagram. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, Emmanuel Osumu. Wow. Wow. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. You were not born with your character. So you can select what you want and own it. You can select what you don't want and discard it. But there's a way to discard it, not literally. Okay, so talk to us. You're going great places. You can't afford to put anything in your container that can spoil the show for you when you are up there. We don't want that for you. We preach success, we preach stability, we preach sustainability. That's the RCB brand. It's Remind Your Character with Bosede Olusola-Obasa, and I'm signing out now. I'm excited about the weekend. Bye. Oh, and I'm speaking somewhere tomorrow. 11 a.m. A Redeemed Church in Lekki. You will find the details on my wall. Join me and enjoy your weekend. Bye.